few months ago, I meet a new friend, and this is true story. Her name was Becky. At least I thought it was her, Becky. But you never really know these days who is on the other side of the internet. So she wrote me on LinkedIn. Hi, Karol, your information is very good, so I hope we can share and learn from each other, and I hope we can become a good friends. Since I work in cybersecurity, I said okay, this is gonna be interesting, and I was really wondering how she would like to hack me. And I really wanted to know how good hackers are these people. So I decided to play along. Hi, Becky. Sure. Then she get back to me and reply, I'm very lucky to receive your letter. I hope we can have high quality communication. Wait a moment, did I just send you a carrier pigeon? You bet, Becky, we are going to have a high quality communication. That's for sure. And we start chatting, right? So she's from Korea, at least I hope from the south. She lives in beautiful Paris, and she would love to visit one day Prague. So I use this opportunity, and I invite her to an event, to a concert in the O2 Arena. So I send her this magic link. Because I really want to know if this sophisticated hacker would click on a link from her victim. And what do you think? Did she click or not? Who's thinking yes? Raise your hands. Of course she did. And I get some metadata from her. This is just partial metadata. So she's not in Paris. She's probably in LA. She uses Windows. She runs on Google Chrome. And I even know her screen resolution. And there were other metadatas. So basically, Becky was just one of those self-educated hackers, not some genius hacker. She just understands people. And she even didn't notice this attempt, and she asked me to move to WhatsApp. They always do this because WhatsApp is easier for them to control and change the chatting operators. So I'm just wondering, how many of you use WhatsApp? Raise your hand. Okay. Then LinkedIn. Good. Instagram. And OnlyFans. Okay, there we go. Love it. Because sometimes you forget yourself, right? So we start chatting, just the normal chat. Where are you from? What do you do? And so on. In the morning, she sent me a selfie from her yoga exercise. In the morning, selfie with her food. And in the evening, no, she didn't send any but another exercise. Even I was wondering if there would be some buts going on, but no, never go that way. So we were chatting every single day for about 2 weeks. And after 2 weeks, I was thinking, okay, then she will finally try something, right? It was too long. And on the other hand, if my wife sees me chatting with an Asian girl, you can imagine that I have a bigger security problem at home than online, right? So finally, Becky asks, Karol, what are your hobbies? I said, traveling, playing chess, and whatever. And then I asked her, Becky, what are your hobbies? And she said, cooking, exercising, yeah, I noticed. And then crypto. Oh, crypto. Now I know where this was going. Okay. And then she sends me a message saying that, you know what? I have an uncle who have a secret strategy, magic strategy, how to become rich. Do you want to know it? I said, Becky, I'm on it. Please do this for me. And she sent me another magic link to me. All I had to do was to just click on that link, open up an account in an exchange, a crypto exchange I never heard of, and send all my money there. Easy. And the important part, you know what? After those 2 weeks of chatting, it even didn't feel like a scam. It felt like a Becky, someone I've built a connection with, right? And then I realized something. I realized that attackers don't need to hack just systems. They hack our minds. They kidnap our emotions and exploit our trust. And sometimes we don't even need to be hacked from outside. Sometimes we hack ourselves, just by clicking and doing the actions. And imagine what would have happened if I would click on the link willingly, right? If you picture a hacker, you usually picture hoodie, green coat, or the dark room. But often it's just a regular person, just like this gentleman over here. Are you a hacker? Of course not. Yeah, obviously. But the biggest weakness isn't the systems, it's us, people using them. Modern attackers don't break the encryption, they hack our minds, they spark our curiosity, fear, ego, loneliness, and they hack us through manipulating us. The manipulation, the social engineering, that's the art of manipulation. They don't break in, they hack our minds, and we open the door for them. In the digital world, we don't do, one big mistake. We do small, tiny micro mistakes, and they have huge impact. And usually these mistakes come from three things. So for you guys, if you want to learn how to hack yourself, here are the three things you have to do: comfort, emotions, and fatigue. Let's look at them. Comfort. Same passwords everywhere. Since you're laughing, I know why. Save credit cards, automatic login. I'll update it next time. Yeah, next time is my favorite. That's actually the most dangerous hacker. One time, next time. And comfort whispers, it's fine. It won't happen to you. Just this once. And then we click success, and we just hacked ourselves. Emotion, fear, comfort, ego, loneliness. Your account will be blocked. Can I see your private album? Only VIPs get this offer. Hi, Karol. Can we be good friends? Attackers don't need advanced technology. They need the right emotional moment. They catch you when you feel something strong. If there is strong emotion, rational thinking go off. Fatigue. Endless scrolling, late night emails, I agree without reading, autopilot. Let me ask you something. Have you ever clicked on something and asked, why did I just did that? Did you find yourself there? That was your autopilot. Because autopilot don't check links, don't verify URLs. Autopilot just reacts. We hack ourselves better than any hacker can, including me. And I train 15,000 people in person in cybersecurity. And when I was 16, that was a whole different story. But let me ask you something. But you now must act fast. Find the mistake before it vanishes. Eyes on the numbers. Can you find the mistake here? 30 seconds? No one? You okay, sorry. Please, go ahead. Yeah, 2D. Because I program your mind. I told you that the mistake will vanish and that you have to focus on the numbers. Because they are colored, the yellow color looks kind of strange, so you moved your focus there. Because your brain is optimized for speed, it assumes meaning. It doesn't check details. And hackers do the same. They hijack our focus. And once they own our attention, they own our choices. In the Czech Republic, people aged 36 to 44 are the most common victims of cyber attacks. Women are attacked more often, but men lose more money. So when it hits men, it's hit hard, right? In 2024, 60 million euros were stolen from Czech bank accounts. In 2025, the same amount by September. Pure cash, no taxes, no social contributions. Just nice, clean work. Cyber criminals are very effective employees, right? And you know how they did it? People send them their money willingly. Nothing more, nothing less. We live in a world of speed, notification, split attention, fast reactions. But the digital safety is not at all about the speed. It's about pausing. The biggest digital danger is not some good hacker or genius hacker, right? It's our tired, emotional, comfy self. So I leave you with one simple question before your next download, before your next click, before your next I agree. Is this really me or me on autopilot? We became victims of our own stereotypes. Mental shortcuts that pushes us into autopilot. Don't fear awareness. Embrace the pause that keeps you sharp. Because the worst hacker hides in your mind, manipulating you into acting fast without thinking. Thank you.